Hi, I'm Murray Brennan, owner of Plaster Magic. Today we're going to demonstrate how to repair a hole in the ceiling. This hole was caused by water leaking into the roof. Plaster repair is two things. It's cosmetics and stability. The first thing we're going to do is stabilize the plaster around the perimeter of the hole. Then we're going to infill it with the first coat of plaster. Next thing we're going to talk about is protection and safety. First step in plaster repair is safety. We always want to wear your eyeglasses. Keep the plaster from getting in your eyes. The second thing we have to be aware of is adjacent area protection. That means draping everything with plastic and putting down drop cloths. We're using a professional grade adhesive, and when it sticks, it really sticks well. In the plaster we're using, it splatters like crazy. To ease in cleanup, we're going to drape everything, put down floor cloths, and make cleanup a breeze. First thing we do is we take away all the loose debris. Now, what I'm doing now is I'm cleaning out the keys. That will allow, when I put the new plaster up, that it will have some place to hang on to. Sometimes it's very difficult to get them out, but there you go. I'm pushing them up because it's much easier than taking them down. So just any way you can get it out of there. Okay, we have some, look around this water staining. We got some loose lath, and we're gonna have to screw that down before we replaster it. Okay, let me continue to clean out the last couple pieces of debris. Now that we've cleaned out all the debris, we're going to take and attach these loose pieces of lath. And we're going to do that with screws. There's only about 3 of them. Now we're going to screw these lath back in place. There's 1. That's 2. And I believe this is the 3rd one. Now the lath is secure. Next thing we want to do is drill the holes for the adhesive injection. We're going to do that in every lath. It's good to have a pencil handy to mark the holes where you missed the lath and go into the keyway. Drill a hole, in this instance about 2.5–3 inches away from the edges of the plaster. When you drill through it, you'll feel a little hop. That hop means there's airspace in there. There's a place for the adhesive to go. Don't worry about hitting the wood lath too much, because these are 1.25 inches wide with a 1/4 inch in between. It makes from here to there 1.5 inches. When you drill through the plaster, you have an 80% chance of hitting wood. Most of the time it works out just fine. Let's finish drilling the rest of the hole. Drilling is done. The next step is to inject the conditioner, which is a consolidant. What it does is it binds up all the dust that keeps the adhesive from bonding. Included in the kit is a 12 cc oral irrigation syringe. Now what makes this special is it has a curved plastic tip that allows you to inject the conditioner laterally, which is where it wants to be. So most of it doesn't go on the floor, okay? Just take it up, put it, stick it in like that, and just like that. And then it comes out the hole where I injected it, and it gets all in here, it consolidates all that. That's exactly where you want the conditioner to be. You stick the conditioner syringe in the bottle of conditioner, and you pull back the plunger. Good to go. Just stick it in, then it comes out that hole, okay? Again, we're using the syringe to inject the conditioner laterally. See, as it comes out there, it's this way, comes out there, it comes out this other hole. That's good that it traveled that far. Again, this conditioner is consolidating the dust and debris, giving the adhesive a solid surface to bond to. Now we have an edge, so we'll be able to inject in through here to these holes. There you go. basically used one syringe for every hole. Okay, that's it. We've finished with injecting the conditioner. Because we want to consolidate all the dust that's on the lath and on the edges of the existing plaster, I'm going to spray everything down with a conditioner. That'll give a firm surface for everything to grab onto, whether it's the adhesive or the replacement plaster that I'm putting in. Okay, conditioner, ready to spray. Okay, done. Next step is to do the adhesive. Now the adhesive secures the plaster around the perimeter of the hole. It became loose when the wet plaster fell down. Now you just take this and you cut off, let's say about 1/4 inch. Okay? A little bit of that adhesive will come out. Don't worry about it. Okay, for this operation, I'm going to wear gloves, because I don't want to get adhesive all over my hands. Not that it's bad for you, but it just makes cleanup a lot easier if you wear gloves. In each kit is included 1 pair of gloves. The contractor's kits have 2 pairs of gloves. Now remember, this is not caulk. This doesn't behave like caulk. This is an adhesive. It's got a dual viscosity, so it means when you push on it, it flows. Alrighty? So we're going to start here, just because. You twist it like this to seat it in the hole. Then you pressurize it until you see the adhesive coming out on this side. Okay? You twist it like that. It's important to seat that so you don't get any leakage around it. Okay? Injecting it in these holes and having it come out here means that if the plaster is reattached from about here all the way over. Okay, that's a good solid bond. Okay, we're going to do the rest of this thing here. Probably not going to see anything come out along here because this key here is blocking the adhesive from showing. Twisting the tip so it seats till the adhesive comes out. I think we'll put a little bit more in this hole. Good thing about working on ceilings, one thing you have to remember, don't stand directly under the hole, because you get stuff on you. And remember to keep your mouth shut, because it tastes terrible. Okay, we're done with the adhesive work. If you have to take a break in the middle of doing your adhesive work, just take your cartridge, release the pressure, and stick it in a bucket of water. That will prevent the tip from drying out. Next step, we're going to take the sponge and we're going to wipe down all the excess adhesive. We're going to have to do this step twice, and you'll see why in a second. The next thing you want to do is want to clamp the plaster to the lath, getting the plaster into as close of original position as we can do. The important thing is to remember is you do not want to clamp it so tight that the adhesive gets squeezed out. So you want to bring it into soft contact. In every kit is an accessory pack. The screws, 25 screws and washers. The reason I use big plastic washers is they're colored because they're easy to see. We're using plastic because the adhesive will not stick to it. Open up the accessory pack safely. Then you want to go through. You see how you can see the little adhesive popping out? That means you want to get that a little bit tighter. You don't need to put a clamp in every hole because there is a certain amount of integrity to the plaster, and the plaster will allow you to bridge it from hole to hole. So the first one is going to be right here. See how it squeezes out right there? Nice soft contact. Perfect. At the end of the day, you want to make sure that you take the magnetic holder out of the chuck, because if you don't, the adhesive will glue it in there and you will never get it out. Okay, so let's clamp some more. See, there's that hole right there, so it's 1, 2, 3. Let's go over this hole, see what happens. There we go, that worked out nicely. Okay. One last clamp here, I think. There we go, that ought to do just fine. Okay, then after we finish clamping it, we want to wipe it down one more time. When this adhesive sets, you will notice that the hole looks full of adhesive right now, but this will shrink back almost all the way to the lath, so you won't see it. As you can see, the adhesive is right there filling the hole. When the adhesive sets, it will shrink back into the hole and you won't see it. Adhesive work is done. Next thing we do is mix up plaster.